We have team coverage of the congressman's decision to give up his seat in Washington. Plus, searching for solutions, how leaders in the community are trying to break the cycle of silence when it comes to witnessing violence.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 10.
In Illinois, the 18th District U.S. Representative seat will soon be vacant.
Representative Aaron Schock announces today that he will officially resign from the position effective March 31st.
Now we'll have reaction from here in Illinois at the state capitol, as well as how the community is reacting. But first, here's a look at part of Schock's statement released earlier today. Schock saying, "I do with a heavy heart. Serving the people of the 18th District is the highest and greatest honor I have had in my life. I thank them for their faith in electing me and letting me represent their interests in Washington. I have given them my all over the last 6 years."
Now, a special election will take place to fill Schock's seat and could happen in the next 4 months. I sat down with a political expert from Illinois Central College today to find out what this means for the office of the 18th District.
The governor will have to issue a writ of elections. Then after that, there will be a special election, primary and general, to fill the seat. In the interim period, his office will remain open with his staff.
We're also hearing reaction from the federal level tonight, most caught off guard by the congressman's decision to step down. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin says the allegations against Congressman Schock are serious. Durbin went on to say his resignation came as a surprise and reflects the gravity of the situation. Fellow Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger reacted to the news today, saying, "During my time in Congress, I have come to know and respect Aaron Schock's dedication to serving his constituents, his tireless advocacy for our country's future, and the people of the 18th District. Aaron was constantly looking for ways to end partisan gridlock."
And while state and U.S. lawmakers are giving their take on today's big news, many of you at home are sharing your thoughts on the congressman's decision to leave office. WMBD's Marvis Herring has more on our Facebook feedback now. Marvis, did a lot of people have something to say about Schock's resignation?
Yes, Maria, lots of people, hundreds of people joined in on our Facebook conversation today. I also talked to people out and about this evening, and some say they're angry that Congressman Schock may have mishandled taxpayer dollars. Others say they respect him for stepping down. On Facebook, Marilyn seems to think he's dodging more investigation. She writes, "Looks to me like he has gotten caught doing wrong, so he is resigning. I hope they keep digging and uncover everything he has done, even though he is resigning. We need to know all of it." And Don says only reason he is resigning is because he's got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Joanne added to the online conversation saying, "Wish more politicians would resign when they are found to be dishonest or corrupt." Now, you can share your thoughts. Just head over to our Facebook page, WMBD 31. And as the political science professor mentioned earlier in the show, the state must hold a special election for Schock's seat within 115 days. Several area lawmakers say they're considering running for that position. And here's a list of those names: State Senator Darren LaHood from Peoria, State Senator Jason Berickman from Bloomington, State Rep Dan Brady, also from Bloomington, State Rep Mike Eunice from East Peoria, and Attorney Mark Zalkman from Normal. Zalkman is the only one of those names that had already announced he was going to challenge Schock in the upcoming primary, but no formal announcements from other lawmakers have been made at this time. We spoke with one of those potential candidates today. State Representative Dan Brady says he's interested, but like others, he wants to more closely evaluate the decision before making a move.
I will say that I have an interest, but there has to be a number of questions answered. And right now, I think it's really allowing Congressman Schock's information to really kind of sink in, his decision to sink in with Central Illinois.
Some people always don't want to get involved, and then when they witness a crime, there's always a concern. It may rise to a fear, but there's a hesitation to become involved.
In other news tonight, getting people involved is necessary, crucial to police and prosecutors when it comes to solving crimes. But as you just heard, some people want no part in that. It's why WMBD is searching for solutions, and tonight marks part 2 in our investigation about why people don't break this cycle of silence.
That's right, and we spoke with members of the Central Illinois community about their efforts to encourage people to speak out.
You know, a lot of people have this thing called a don't snitch policy. I don't believe in that.
Terry Burnside is a convicted felon. He served time in both state and federal prison. Now, he's the co-owner of Burnside Brothers Construction and active in the community when it comes to putting an end to violence.
I go into the crime hotspots, You know, you find out through what we call whispers. We learn stuff on the front end before a lot of stuff happens.
While Burnside is working outside the walls of a school or a courtroom, it doesn't mean he's working alone.
I've had great success with the district. They're welcoming what we're doing. The police have been very supportive. The district's attorney, the prosecutor, state's attorney, they've all been supportive.
We have to instill confidence in people, and we have to instill a sense that, you know, we can't do this alone.
Peoria County State's Attorney Jerry Brady insists his department must have the cooperation of the community. But it's not always easy, because there's a sense that if you speak out about a crime, you'll face retaliation.
Can I say that never exists? No. You know, there are threats that are made, and we have to address them.
Grenita Lathan, the superintendent of District 150, says she and her staff are constantly reminding students it's safe to do the right thing.
It's safe to tell when you see something that's wrong, to find that caring adult or that adult that they trust.
But Lathan recognizes gaining that trust can be difficult.
A lot of things in families are passed down. So children are learning from the adults in their homes or in their communities. So I think it's important, I know it's important that we as educators that are with children on a daily basis also remind them through conversations and our teaching and that they do need to speak up.
Sometimes it's not enough, and why convicted felons like Terrell Rickman, someone who has since turned his life around, are brought in to speak to the kids.
And when you can talk to somebody, you can look in their eyes, you can dig inside of them, and you can make them feel it. You know, I think that makes all the difference. It's more about getting people to make better decisions.
Now, these efforts come as District 150 and the Peoria County State's Attorney are partnering on a juvenile school justice program. Its intention is to help kids on probation get on the right path before continuing their criminal activity into adulthood.
And as we continue our coverage on the resignation of Congressman Aaron Schock, he was once a shining light for Republicans in Washington, D.C. His resignation comes after weeks of accusations of abuse and corruption. And WMBD's Matt Porter joins us live now in Schock's Springfield office. Matt, Schock used to work in the state legislature. What are some of his former colleagues saying to you tonight?
Well, there was a lot of sadness for the young congressman who's had to resign amidst numerous scandals. Now, his former colleagues actually praised Schock for his aggressive work for the people of Peoria and then for the 18th district when he was elected to Congress. But now that record is changing, and he's garnering a reputation of abuse of taxpayer and campaign dollars.
It's always sad when a public servant ends their career this way, but it was a lot sooner than I think anyone expected.
Shock was the reaction when GOP Congressman Aaron Schock resigned.
To see someone with that much ability and that much promise self-destruct like that.
The 33-year-old congressman was seen as a rising star in the next generation of the Republican Party. But Schock imploded after weeks of reporting revealed the congressman taking extravagant trips across the world on campaign or government dimes. Tim McInerney managed state and national campaigns. He said the congressman's activity on social media made it easy.
He was leaving a lot of breadcrumbs for people to follow. And when you do that, you better make sure that you're keeping good books.
Less than a day after Schock's announcement, lawmakers in the Capitol are considering running for the vacant seat.
I've been getting a lot of encouragement to look at the seat and to run for the 18th district. I need to evaluate that with my family and my friends, but getting a lot of encouragement. I'll have a formal decision tomorrow on that.
I need to discuss it with my family. We have a young family at home. I want to discuss it with them and discuss it with my supporters and then make a decision from there.
Well, State Representative Dan Brady and normal attorney Mark Zalkman also say they're considering a run for the seat. Now, LaHood is the presumptive favorite since his father held that seat for almost 15 years. Now, Governor Bruce Rauner will have to call a special election within 120 days of Schock's resignation, which takes effect on March 31st. Live here in Springfield, Matt Porter, WMBD 31 News.
Thanks, Matt. Now for Schock's full statement as well as the rest of our complete coverage of Schock's resignation, you can head over to our website, ciproud.com.
Governor Rauner returning to the Twin Cities today, getting a tour of Bloomington Printing Operation, Inc. Its president says he's hopeful the governor will find ways to encourage big businesses to stay here in Illinois.
The large ones, what will happen is they will move, when they want to put in new equipment, they'll put it in Indiana or Wisconsin or other states that are more business friendly.
Workers and answered questions about his plans to turn around the state's economy during a town hall meeting. Mercier says it's pivotal the state extend the graphic arts sales tax exemption to keep the businesses here. The governor says he was impressed by the incredible speed of the Boppy printers and doesn't want to lose anyone to out-of-state competition.
Well, be careful before you make your next dinner. Kraft announced a major recall of its macaroni and cheese. Officials say some of their 7 1/4 ounce boxes of mac and cheese may contain small metal pieces. Roughly 242,000 cases are included in the recall, and the boxes have a use-by date of September 18th. Officials with the company say you should return the product to where you bought it for a refund. There are no reports of injuries or illnesses related to the recall.
Still ahead, plenty of buzz surrounding some new equipment for a Twin Cities insurance company.
What has State Farm testing drones? That's after the break, but first, Rachel.
We had a sunny but windy St. Patrick's Day. Winds are now calming down. That cool weather will stick around for another couple of days before we start to warm up. I'll have your full forecast after the break.
More people choose Ford F-Series to help run their lives, run their construction crews, their farms, even run away. And F-150 is the truck that helps you run on all cylinders. That's why Ford F-Series has been America's best-selling truck 38 years running. And with one sold about every 42 seconds, you guessed it, they're running out fast.
Now get an F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,500 trade assist or lease for only $269 a month.
At Gold Fine & Bowles, we hope you never need us. But if you, your family, your friends ever need legal representation, our new location at the corner of Knoxville and Lake Avenue in Peoria gives you convenient, easy access to our team of skilled, professional legal experts you want to fight for you. At Gold Fine & Bowles, your case is serious business. You want results? We'll get them for you. Call us today or stop by our new Peoria location on Knoxville at the corner of Lake Avenue. Gold Fine & Bowles. Experience that wins.
You know, I get asked all the time, why should I lease? Well, how about the fact you'll never be upside down in your trade again? Or the fact you'll only pay tax on what you use. So how about a 2015 double cab Silverado 4x4 for just $380 a month? Or a crew cab Silverado 4x4 for just $465 a month? Now, maybe a truck isn't your style, so you want to do a 2015 Equinox for just $169 a month. And of course you still get the Green's Goods package, car washes and so much more. You've got to go green.
From tropical African rainforests to wild Irish seas, from a Japanese garden to the rivers of North America, enjoy the journey around our wet, watery world at the Sun Foundation's Clean Water Celebration. Enjoy nature, storytellers, exhibits, music, and special presentations that meet state learning goals. Teachers call 697-1325 today for a great class trip. Don't miss it Monday, April 20th at the Peoria Civic Center, presented by the Sun Foundation and brought to you by Illinois American Water and these great organizations.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Barker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. Now, your local weather authority.
WMBD 31 meteorologist Rachel Kay.
A quiet night for St. Patrick's Day on our KBL Design Center Skycam right now. If you haven't heard, it actually could be a good night to get out there and try to see the northern lights. They're working their way a little bit further south than usual, not quite as far as central Illinois right now, but could be worth taking a look out there later tonight if you're out late for the St. Patrick's Day celebrations. You will want to bring your jacket though. Cool out there right now. We're still hanging on to 41 in Peoria, but most of us are dropping down into those 30s right now. Some of us bordering the freezing mark already. Winds are calming down. You can see those coming from the north at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We were seeing gusts 25 up to 30 miles per hour this afternoon, but there was plenty of sunshine for the celebrations out there. You can see a little bit more of that cloud cover starting to work its way in on Storm Tracker right now. Now this cloud cover is with a system to our north. There's more cloud cover coming into the south. We'll see how this plays into our forecast coming up in Future Track in just a minute. If you are going to be out late tonight though, around midnight, we'll still be in those mid 30s. It's going to be a chilly night, and as I said, most of us are going to hit about below freezing as we go throughout the overnight hours. We'll start off tomorrow morning in the upper 20s. By around 10 a.m. we should be back into the upper 30s. In your afternoon, seeing the upper 40s. It looks like we should hit about 51 here in Peoria tomorrow. Some of us might stay in those upper 40s though. Here's a look at that cloud cover on Future Track that I was talking about. Wednesday at about 7 a.m. you can see that cloud cover really starting to work its way into central Illinois, especially to our north. But this cloud cover kind of mixing as we go throughout the afternoon. Here we are around 6 p.m. We might actually be in a sunny slot, so we'll see a mix of sun and clouds as we go throughout the afternoon hours. But it's really heading into Thursday morning where the cloud cover is going to become a little bit more oppressive. You can see pretty overcast skies working their way in around 7 a.m. And take a look at this rain. It looks like this system is going to stay mainly to our south, but the most recent model runs showing it coming a little bit further north. I wouldn't count out a couple of scattered showers as we go throughout the afternoon and evening hours on Thursday. That will work its way out as we head into early Friday morning. Here we are around 7 a.m. You can see starting off with partly cloudy skies. That cloud cover will start to work its way out, and we'll see plenty of sunshine as we go throughout the rest of the day on Friday. For your highs, we're looking to stay in those low 50s for the next couple of days. On Friday, we should hit the upper 50s on Saturday. The chance to see 60 before temperatures really do drop back down. Here's a look at your full 8-day outlook. You can see Sunday, unfortunately, back to the upper 40s. Still not too far below average for this time of year. No 70s on this 8-day outlook, but we did hit the upper 70s on Monday, just yesterday. So congratulations to Daniel Schwind. You are the lucky winner of 4 VIP tickets to see Alan Jackson, along with a night at the Doubletree Hotel in Bloomington. This is all thanks to German Bliss. They're celebrating 75 years in business. So hopefully you'll be celebrating those tickets.
Yeah, and nice thing. They got the 75-day early in March,
know,
too,
so
I didn't have to wait for very long at all.
Plenty of time to plan, too.
Definitely. All right, thanks, Rachel. We'll be right back.
When it comes to car dealers, there is a difference.
We know the value of longevity. Over 90% of all Camrys are still on the road today. Dennison has been your home for Toyota for over 25 years.
Being there when you need us, it's part of the Dennison Toyota difference.
You see it everywhere nowadays. We call it the yield bump. It's a grower's way of saying you made a good decision. Because when you treat young corn with an early season application of Stratego Yield fungicide, you get stronger stalks, healthier fields, and even higher yields. So get a jump on your yield bump with Stratego Yield early season.
Green Ford has gone mad in March. Drive home a Fusion or an Escape and save over $6,000. Or lease a Fusion for $149 a month. Or an Escape for $179 a month. Or even a new F-150 for $259 a month. Or save $13,000 off the purchase price. Save big with $4,500 off the Explorers. Or lease one for $269 a month. Or a new Mustang for only $229 a month. Don't miss this madness in March. Save on the crazy deals happening now at Green Ford. Nothing beats a Green Ford deal. You gotta go to Green.
Not everyone is destined to be an elite athlete, but for those with chronic knee pain, performing even the simplest task can be a challenge. Thankfully, ICPR has a solution. Proven up to 90% effective, ICPR's knee arthritis program delivers medicine to the exact point it's needed most. Now you can play harder, run faster, live fuller.
Limit the pain, not the activity. There's nothing like your natural knee.
Call for a free consultation.
When it comes to car dealers, there is a difference.
Ford's F-150 has been America's best-selling vehicle for the last 32 years, and Dennison has been your home for Ford sales and service for over 30 years.
Being there when you need us, it's all part of the Dennison Ford difference.
This portion of WMBD 31 News is brought to you by Gailey Eye Clinic.
The eyes you're born with are the only eyes you'll ever have. Through every stage of life, make the most of each moment and experience the vision you deserve. The physicians at Gailey Eye Clinic are committed to improving your life through better vision. Gailey offers the most advanced technologies in eye care, from routine eye exams to LASIK to laser cataract surgery. With 16 locations and over 70 years of experience, you can trust Gailey to make sure you don't lose sight of the important things. Call the Gailey Eye Clinic today. Gailey Eye Clinic, focused on you.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 10.
Well, it's not a bird or a plane, but you could start seeing State Farm's newest innovation in the skies over the Twin Cities. Today, the company announced it's received clearance from the FAA to use drones.
Testing will begin near its Bloomington headquarters. WMBD's Jacob Peklo explains.
It's a project that State Farm has been eyeing for years, and on Tuesday the company learned that it'll become the first insurance provider to receive clearance from the FAA to test out drones for commercial use.
The first time that we saw a drone, we're looking at that and saying, okay, is that something that we can use? Is that something we can, how can we harness that?
After clearing that first major hurdle, the company is looking up with visions for the rooftops.
Obviously, if we can do that, that's going to help our claim reps and adjusters who are in the field and also serve our customers in a better way.
But Anderson says the biggest value could come during catastrophes or natural disasters. The drones will be able to reach places that could be dangerous or difficult to get to, like right after a tornado. And the testing will begin near the company's headquarters in Bloomington. It's where the company believes it has the expertise and the pool of candidates necessary to build and train its pilots to operate the drones.
We'll be doing it at a few private sites throughout the community, and then probably going forward from there, we'll try to work it into some other areas.
At this point, there's no timeline for when you'll actually see those drones flying overhead, but Anderson says the goal is to get things done as soon as possible. In Bloomington, Jacob Pekalo, WMBD 31 News.
Now, State Farm is taking a few extra precautions with these drones. They will only be flown by people who have pilot licenses. That can mean retired or private pilots, and the company says that will help with lower training costs.
Bradley's decision to name a Peorian as athletics director is popular. Kurt has that story next in sports, but first, here's a look at the day on Wall Street.
I get asked all the time, why should I lease? Well, how about the fact you'll never be upside down on your trade again, or the fact you'll only pay tax on what you use? So how about a 2015 double cab Silverado 4x4 for just $380 a month, or a crew cab Silverado 4x4 for just $465 a month? Now, maybe a truck isn't your style, so you want to do a 2015 Equinox for just $169 a month. And of course you still get the Green's Goods package, car washes and so much more. You've got to go green.
Enhance your home with chamber door storm doors from Menards. The Hampton Storm Door features a solid wood core frame and a multi-vent window with full screen. With brass or satin nickel hardware, it's only $199. Keep guns, important documents, and more secure with products from Stack On. The Sentinel security cabinet with a 3-point locking system holds up to 10 long guns and features foam padded barrel rests. Just $89.
Save big money at Menards.
They call it the town of smiles. But after a tornado tore through Eagle, Wisconsin, a silver lining seemed like too much to hope for. So it's worth mentioning that as Mary pedaled her bike between the fallen oak trees and over the hill, as she saw West Bend's mobile headquarters parked smack dab in front of a restaurant, she couldn't help herself. She was smiling. Maybe it was fate that caused us to park the responder right in that spot. Or maybe with every road in town blocked off, there was nowhere else to go. But as it turned out, it was exactly where Mary needed us to be. With power for the refrigeration units and 6 inches of water cleaned up, by 6 o'clock the next morning, Mary was serving her delicious meals to everyone in town. And as she wiped away her tears, Mary realized that the town of smiles was already on its way back. If you have something you can't afford to lose, ask your independent agent about the silver lining.
When you set out to find new roads, you pioneer connectivity, champion efficiency, elevate form, reinvent a category, and you attract a lot of attention. Chevrolet, the most awarded car company over the last year.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 6 years plus $500 purchase bonus cash on this 2015 Cruze.
See Uptree Chevrolet in Washington for this great deal.
Now, WMBD 31 Sports.
How much pop will the Illini have for tonight's NIT opener? Are their minds and bodies really into this tournament when they were hoping for an NCAA bid last week? John Gross worried about his team's mental state, and with good reason tonight at Alabama. Don't blink here or you'll miss the Illini's lone lead, 4-3 after the Nana Egwu jump shot, or a jump hook. But Alabama scores the next 19 points of the game. Levi Randolph, the steal and the slam. And then right before halftime, Alabama's Retin Abiashan block and finish. This game was over at halftime. 79-58, Alabama just rolls the
the Illini out of the NIT. Bradley introduces former Peoria High School All-American basketball player Chris Reynolds as its director of athletics tomorrow at noon. His hiring is already creating quite a buzz around town. Like Reynolds, A.J. Guyton started at Peoria High and then Indiana. He thinks it's a great move.
Even if I wasn't a friend of Chris's, I would think that this was a perfect hire for the city of Peoria. It brings Chris back home. It'd be a perfect reunion. He understands the tradition at Bradley University. He understands what's at stake, and I think he's an ultimate competitor. So I think he'll make sure that things are done the right way.
Reynolds' first order of business, no doubt, will be determining the fate of head basketball coach Gino Ford. Tomorrow night, the NIT comes to Central Illinois as ISU hosts Green Bay, and hopefully there's still some electricity at Redbird Arena because Normal Community lighting up the Redbirds home tonight. The Ironmen taking on #1 Chicago Simeon for a trip to state. Alex Peacock dominates early here from the free throw line. Then he's going to back down his defender and hit the fadeaway 8-footer. The senior had 8 of the Ironmen first 10 points of the game against the top-ranked team in the state. But Normal was down 3 at halftime. That would quickly change in the third quarter. Tyler Sebring with a huge night. Hits a 3. The Iron outscored Simeon 18-5 in the third quarter. Sebring again this time. He had 17 points and 13 rebounds. Normal knocks out #1 Simeon. They're coming to state, 64-50.
What an upset. Our guys played great, handled the ball, and they were cold. March Madness happened tonight. Normal Community's going to state.
I think that's an example of having all seniors. We stayed poised down the stretch, and we relished challenges like that. We knew we would have to face them eventually, and they're a very talented team, but it was a lot of fun playing them basically at home.
Normal Community headed to state will play at 8:15 Friday night in the state semis against Geneva at Carver Arena. Wow. Manual playing in the Class 3A Supers tonight against Rockford Lutheran. Devontae Keaton's going to jump into the passing lane, get the steal, take it all the way down. Rams led by 2 at the end of the first quarter, by 1 at halftime. Third quarter, DeMonte Williams, corner 3 in front of our camera. He finished with 8 points. Game was tied heading to the fourth quarter. In the fourth, the Rams are down. Williams to Leroy Smith. His jumper pulls Manual within 3. But Rockford Lutheran with a big free throw advantage. Nate Wheating, the bucket, the foul here. Lutheran ends Manual's season 1 win short of state, 49-41.
I understand that they're hurt because they're competitors, and it's supposed to hurt when you're out there competing. But I didn't want them to get being hurt from a loss to be mixed up with the feeling of shame, because they have nothing to be ashamed of.
We came through the struggle together. We started off rough. We grew to become a good team. The biggest thing was progress. We progressed from our last season, made it further, and then I just want them to get better, progress, and go down state next year.
Manual season ends with a 23-7 record. Briefly, congratulations to Morton Junior High and Lewistown Central for winning 7th grade state volleyball championships tonight. And finally, you really have to keep your eye on the puck. This is a crazy goal. The puck is in the air. It's fluttering on the back of the goalie, and it goes off of him and into the net. Top angle's a little bit better. You can see it there on his shoulder, and somehow it goes off his jersey and into the net. Yeah. I watched it about 7 times before I could finally understand what happened there.
You did a great job, though, explaining it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can explain it. I can't stop it.
All right, Rachel, back right after this.
This portion of WMBD 31 News sponsored by
Where it's more than a car.
It's a Honda.
UFS, famous for deals on Adams Street, downtown Peoria. 10 minutes from anywhere.
There's no time to waste. Get Xfinity TV for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. This is one of the best offers of the year. So get started for $19.99 a month. Plus, get the Xfinity TV Go app included at no additional cost. So you'll be able to watch live TV on any device, anywhere you go. Call 1-800-XFINITY to get a great offer on Xfinity TV. Or get started for as low as $19.99 a month for 1 full year. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
We're installing new equipment and advanced technology to improve reliability. It's all part of Ameren, Illinois' 5-year plan to build a stronger energy infrastructure. Along the way, we're also building a stronger economy in central and southern Illinois by hiring more than 800 new employees. I should know. I'm one of them. Ameren, Illinois. Energy at work.
Sweating all day and night with no end in sight? Get trouble-free. Chilled to the bone in your own home? Get trouble-free. Got brown water in your bath and toilet? Get trouble-free. Don't waste your time and money with a dying unit. Call Trouble-Free today. We use American-made, professional-grade, hard-working machines. You can rest assured that our systems will work season after season with little maintenance. Call Trouble-Free Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing today. Our all-star team will make you smile.
Honda developed the first fuel-injected motorcycle, the first full line of four-stroke outboards in America, the world's first omnidirectional personal mobility device. We even made rear-view cameras standard on every 2015 Honda vehicle. But I'm here to introduce one of our greatest innovations yet. The Honda Dream Garage sales event, with great deals on almost everything we make right now. So go, you've got a garage to fill.
Now, at your Honda dealer.
On the left, we have an apple. On the right, we have an apple. They're exactly the same, right down to their core. The only difference? The price. Would you pay more for the same thing? You wouldn't. So why would you for satellite TV? Dish offers the same channels, same shows, and same sports, all for less than DirecTV. And the signal strength? It's even better. How do you like them apples? Take the Dish Challenge and save $250. Guaranteed. Call Dish now.
Whether you're mowing your front yard or mowing an estate, German Bliss has the perfect Exmark product for you. With new products from the Quest and Laser Z-Line at 0% APR. German Bliss and Exmark are teaming up to make this season one of your most productive ever.
All right, here's a look at your winning lottery numbers tonight. Pick 3, 934. Pick 4, 3198. Lucky Day, 5, 19, 22, 32, 33. And Mega Millions, 11, 27, 44, 45, 58, 3.
And it was a beautiful day outside, even though a little chilly, especially chillier than yesterday, but sunny and nice outside.
It's hard to compete with yesterday, but tomorrow will be pretty similar to today. We're going to hit highs in the low 50s, a little bit more cloud cover, but calmer winds than we saw today.
All right, thanks so much, Rachel. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.